fellow members, more than a year ago, I was invited to serve on a board-appointed task force from various demographics of the membership, along with senior members of the management team. I'm a past president of Wilshire Country Club and a member for 25 years. The task force primary responsibilities were to evaluate the options for a proposed golf course restoration and to address systemic issues affecting the maintenance of the golf course, to analyze options to remediate those problems, and to make recommendations to the Finance Committee and the Board of Directors.
Hi, fellow members. My name is Jay Ackerman. Serving on the task force for the last 12 months has been rewarding and enlightening. It's abundantly clear that our golf course infrastructure, which includes the irrigation, greens, drainage, and bunkers, are all in dire need of replacement, and there are significant erosion and flooding issues that must be addressed. Last year, the Barranca cleanup from the storm events caused 15 days of cumulative course closure. A bigger issue is erosion. Over the years, a variety of temporary fixes have been implemented, including installing rocks, chain link fences, and concrete walls. However, the long-term solution has never been properly examined through a hydrology study and a professionally engineered plan, which has been completed and is ready to implement. If we do not address the Barranca soon, we are in real danger of losing the 16th green and the 12th tee.
Our golf course superintendents, Jack Benoit and Brian Sullivan, who served the club so well for 5 years, have provided the task force with many examples of the failing infrastructure, none more prominent than the irrigation. The current system experiences 3 or 4 breaks every month, and many of the previous repairs were completed with household materials far from the needed commercial-grade repairs required. Most of the main line is cast iron, subject to failure, and many of the valves are rusted and inoperable. Perhaps the biggest issue that the members can observe is the inability to irrigate with uniformity due to poor head spacing and a lack of water pressure, which is controlled by the city. I was also amazed to learn that the 20 acres of native areas do not have automated irrigation and are watered by hand. Access to water and mandated conservation continues to be a critical issue for all of California. A new irrigation system also provides the opportunity to utilize the well on hole number 7, which will reduce our reliability on city water and do our part in water conservation. Accordingly, we have no option. The irrigation system must be replaced.
I am honored to address the members of Wilshire Country Club. My name is Ellis Choi. Our maintenance crew does an outstanding job maintaining the greens, which require hand watering for several hours a day through the summer months. However, the real issue of the greens cannot be seen as it is below the surface, referred to as the root zone, which continues to cause impossible agronomic challenges unless replaced. Here's an example of a plug taken from the 10th green as compared with the healthy root zone. Other concerns include Bermuda grass contamination and the extent that the greens have shrunk over the years, which result in a lack of hole locations. On many holes, the greens have been reduced in size by more than 30%, resulting in the once greenside bunkers being yards away from the putting surface. The task force also made a recommendation to the board, which they approved, to regrass the rebuilt greens with bent grass. In making this recommendation, the task force consulted with one of the leading agronomists in the nation, the golf course architect, other experts in the field, and Wilshire Golf Course Superintendents Brian Sullivan and Jack Benoit. All were strongly in favor of moving away from Poana to bent grass. None suggested keeping Poana. We also received recommendations from local superintendents in Los Angeles who have installed and successfully managed bent grass greens.
In 2017 and 18, Hillcrest Country Club renovated their golf course, and you chose to install creeping bent grass greens. Why?
Creeping bent grass is widely known as the best putting surface and offers the most amount of consistency. Some of the biggest challenges of the bent grass are keeping Poana out. So what we've been able to do in the last 5 years is maintain excellent putting surfaces, some of the best in the country, and keep them clean in Poana.
Would there be any reason for Wiltshire to consider replanting Poania grass?
I couldn't see a reason why you would replant Poania compared to bentgrass. I think bentgrass would offer a lot more consistency.
As golf courses throughout the Los Angeles area have renovated, certainly Hillcrest, Bel Air, and Los Angeles Country Club, they all chose to go with bentgrass greens. Has that been a successful choice for the club and the membership?
I would say yes. For the majority of the golf courses in the area that have gone to bentgrass within the last 5 to 7 years, it's been largely successful, mostly because of the bent varieties that have come out, offer greater density and outcompete the Poania, plus all the agronomic tools that have been released in the last 3 to 5 years. There's a lot more tools at the superintendent's disposal to be able to keep Poania out of the greens.
Hello, my name is Ken Kevorkian. As the oldest active golf member at Wilshire Country Club, I share the challenges with many of you in getting in and out of the bunkers and finding a level stance. Some years ago, bunker liners were installed, which resulted in the steep slopes, small fingers, and real inconsistency of the depth of sand. The bunkers must be designed professionally and rebuilt with liners and efficient drainage. The new bunkers will provide the ability to maintain them much more effectively and reduce hand labor.
Another area of the infrastructure we do not see is the subsurface drainage under the grass. Most of the current system is undersized and has collapsed. Catch basins and pipes are blocked with silt and debris from past storms. Consistent turf grass conditions require efficient drainage, which currently is lacking at our club and must be completely replaced. Many of the tees on the golf course are too small, and where the tees on the par 3s are crowned as a result of filling divots with sand over many, many years.
Every year, our club seeks the expertise of the United States Golf Association to complete a comprehensive analysis of the golf course and its infrastructure. That infrastructure includes the irrigation system, putting greens, bunkers, drainage, tees, and our iconic Barranca. A summary of the recent reports and site visits has yielded some critical insights. The USGA confirms that the irrigation system is substandard and inefficient, and that the entire system needs to be replaced. This will not only optimize water usage, but significantly reduce our maintenance and labor costs. The USGA has also confirmed that the root zone below the surface of our 100-year-old putting greens suffers from poor drainage and inconsistencies from green to green. We've been advised that the only long-term remedy is to rebuild the putting greens and upgrade the grass to creeping bentgrass. When the USGA evaluated the bunkers, they determined that not only are they maintenance intensive, but also that the drainage and liners are inadequate. They concluded that a bunker renovation is sorely needed. The USGA has been heavily focused on the Barranca during each site visit and subsequent report, highlighting its role as the primary drainage outlet for the golf course. Their evaluations reveal that a significant portion of our drainage system is compromised and warrants immediate replacement. In essence, these visits and reports from the USGA underscore an undeniable truth. A renovation for our golf course, with a focus on upgrading its core infrastructure, is essential. The USGA's meticulous feedback has been invaluable to the task force, as we've spent the last 13 months evaluating a proposed golf course restoration.
In the last 15 years, every one of our neighboring golf clubs have renovated or restored their golf courses to address their failing infrastructure, enhance the golf experience, and to stay competitive. The task force has learned, after meeting with our own staff and several industry professionals, that we have no choice. We can no longer ignore these critical infrastructure issues. We simply must replace the irrigation, rebuild the greens and bunkers, fortify the Barranca, and install efficient drainage. We do not have an option. We must address the failing infrastructure.